Welcome to today's lesson, my great and lovely learner. My name is David Lule, and we are here for lesson 3, P5. Remember, we are still taking on our theme, which is science in human activities. Topic 1 of primary 5, and that is keeping poultry and bees. Yes, and today in particular, we are going to talk about feathers. Before that, I should remind you that I come from SEMAS. And what is SEMAS? SEMAS is simply CIPRO, e-learning management system. A system that has come to help and solve the problem of studying. Yes, we are providing classes away from school, and you're going to have interesting learning, right? So continue subscribing to our learning platform, and you definitely learn, all right, away from the school environment. Great. Now, before we can start today's lesson, let us remind ourselves of what transpired in the previous lesson. What did we look at in the previous lesson? Yes, we looked at the external features, the external parts of a chicken, right? And no, don't mind about the order. Can you try to remind me? Yes, I can also receive from your side. Some of the parts that we saw, what are they? Yeah, of course. You should be able to remember that we talked about the comb. Where do we find the comb? On the head of a bird. We said the bird has a wattle, especially that chicken that we are talking about, a mature one, has a wattle. Yes, we said it must have wings. Wings, great. We also said that a chicken, especially an adult, has got what we call the earlobes. For what? For picking sound from the environment. Then, remember, we talked about the beak. The beak for what purpose? For either pecking or picking food from the environment. Wow. Yes, we saw that a mature, even the young ones have got legs, but on the legs, we find also the following. Number 1, the scales. Number 2, the spur. And we saw what the spur is used for. Oh, I don't know whether we looked at the talons or the claws. The claws that are used to scratch the earth if this bird wants to feed. Some of them use the claws, scratch the ground, and they are able to find food. For example, those that feed on worms, small insects that hide in the soil, they use their feet. On the feet, we find their claws. Scratch them. These insects come out. Or seeds, small seeds, and they are able to feed on those creatures, those organisms, those things. Now, today, we are saying we are centering our interest, our discussion on feathers. Now, my dear learner, when we talk about feathers, we should know that a feather develops from the skin of a bird. And when there are many feathers on the body of a bird, they form what we call an insulating layer. Insulating, what does it mean? We mean a coat that does not allow escape of heat from the body of this bird. For example, when it rains, they are arranged in such a way that water just runs over the surface of these feathers and does not enter inside. So they serve as waterproof. Feathers act as waterproof jacket to the body of a bird. The forelimbs of a bird are modified into wings, which wings help the bird to fly. And one thing that is interesting about the wings is that they are light. In some birds, actually, they're even small. Why? To reduce the weight of the animal such that it can easily fly. Let us look at the importance of feathers. How are feathers helpful to a bird? The feathers help to cover the body of a bird and protect it from injury, from harm. Yes, if somebody threw, for example, a stone at the back of a bird, they are feathers. If it's not a very heavy stone, the bird may not even feel the stone because they are feathers that act as a cushion. The stone lands on the feathers, wow, and the bird continues moving. It continues to move. Great. Number 2, feathers help. You see, when a bird is sitting on the eggs to hatch into chicks, there is a way it behaves. It spreads out its feathers and then covers the eggs. So the feathers help in hatching of the eggs. I mean, that is what we mean by incubation. When a bird is sitting on the eggs, for those eggs to hatch into chicks. As if that is not enough. Yeah, feathers also help birds to fly. Yes, the feathers enable birds to fly, and that is the reason why we are going to see that they are feathers we call flight feathers. All right? Now, actually, this one brings us to what we call types of feathers. There are about 3 types of feathers. And which are they? Number 1, quill feathers. If you don't call them